Hi everyone, so I'm live at this moment, and well, first let me take care of everything here. Hi Tesla, how you doing? Um, this is a test, just basic test. I'm working at this moment on on seeing what are the possibilities of live streaming, and therefore I have a small studio set up here. And in this studio setup, hi Annika. In this small studio setup, I'm trying a few things like switching to cameras, for example. So I can now switch to a camera which is mounted inside my 3D printer. Also, I have the possibility to directly go to my simplified 3D. But the most funniest feature I have is to go to, and I hope this works, I hope the camera will focus. There is a possibility for me to go into chroma keying. So this background is an artificial background, and this gives me the possibility to show slides in the background. And now I'm very big in the image, but I want to go smaller and I want to show slides in the background. So when I'm telling things about what I'm doing with my printers and so on, then you can see in the background what I'm meaning with it. So what I'm very curious about, and I know there are a few people now watching, what I'm very curious about is if it works. How do you guys see this, and do you think it's an added feature if I go and do some live streams in this manner? So that's what I really wanted to know from you. And thanks for watching, by the way. I'm going to the other camera again. So here it is, because now I can also see what you are typing. I see Danny is there. And Tesla say you haven't problems on this camera. Is there is a problem on this camera I see? Because I will, if I have problems, I sure want to know. And also I want to know if the audio is good. So what you're hearing, is this great audio or is this bad audio? Or because I'm really, the camera had a sound problem. Okay, and which camera was that? Was that the chroma keying camera or was it this camera? The one with the green screen. Okay, so I have to look into this camera with the green screen, and I'm putting my hand here. What kind of audio I'm having here? Because this is where the problem is. So I have to dig into this, what the problem will be. Okay, thanks. Andreas Anderson, hi, hello, how you doing? So it's the audio on that camera that goes wrong. The sound is fuzzy. Well, I have to hear it back. I'm also recording it at this moment. So I have to take a look at it and see what goes wrong. But now in this image the sound is good, I assume. So in this image everything works fine. Great, thanks a lot guys. Well, I show you what I'm busy with at this moment. Here you can see my printer, and I have to put the camera a little bit down. So what you see here is the printing of some parts that I need for a new printer I'm building with a friend of mine. And it's a Hypercube printer. It's, oh, the camera is a little bit too close to the rods. It's a Hypercube printer, so this printer is a Core XY printer. And this is what I'm busy with at this very moment. We're going to build 3 of those printers. And basically we're going to do this, well, because it's fun. So we're going to build 3 new printers. 2 of them will have a build size of 20 by 20 by 20. And 1 of them will have a build size of 40 by 40 by 40. So we're going to make a bigger printer as well. And they will cost around $300 each. No, it's not the EVE block printer, no. The EEV block printer is also a Core XY printer, I've seen that. But basically this is another printer, and I can show it here. How do I do it? Like this. So this is the Hypercube 3D printer. It's featured on Thingiverse. It's made by Tech2C, and well, I think it's really a great printer. With a lot of potential, and the fun thing is you can build it in this size, but you can also grow to another size, and well, the bill of materials, everything you have to buy is fairly easy to buy, and it will cost you around $300 to make a printer in the normal size, so 20 by 20 by 20 centimeters, and about 355 euros we have estimated. For the 40 by 40 by 41 without heated beds. So we're going to build that printer at first without heated beds, and later we're going to add the heated beds to it. So this is what we're doing at this moment. But it's not the EEV block printer, which is also a great printer, I think. So, are there any questions from you guys? Because, well, this video blog at this moment is only a test to see if everything works. But if there are any questions, I'm very happy to answer them. And in the meantime, my printer is busy in the background with just making my parts that I need for my Hypercube printer. And I'm printing at PATG, which is pretty difficult on this printer because it's a Bowden extruder printer. 245 degrees Celsius with a 40 degrees printing bed. And I'm using Kapton tape with glue stick because I found out that PATG and Buildtech, it gives a little problem. So I'm working with this Kapton tape at this moment. And it works really fine. And thanks for the camera transitions. Working on it, it's all done in OBS, Open Broadcaster software. Even the green screen transitions are made in OBS, and I think it's very impressive software. You took a break from woodworking. Well, I'm very fond of woodworking. I have a small workshop downstairs where I can do woodworking as well. So I have a few things there, not that big, but I have some things there, so I can do my things there. I like woodworking very much. But I see there are no real questions at this moment. I will plan a live stream for next weekend, and I think it will be on the Sunday. So yeah, maybe I'll see you guys around next Sunday when I will do my first real live stream, like an hour or so, and then there are some things I want to really show off and discuss with you guys, and see what it will bring. So this is my live stream test. I hope you guys liked it, and I'm going to sign off. Oh, I see one question. What problem does Buildtech have? Well, with PATG it doesn't stick that good. But when using Buildtech and PATG, I found out that the PATG falls off from the bed. So with PLA or ABS it sticks real good. But with materials like nylon and PATG, it doesn't stick that good. So yeah, that's what I found out. And then Kapton tape with some glue works better for me. And how long I'm printing for? Well, for this printers, the parts I have to print, I'll show you something. I have to take a look where it is. box of things. I'll be right back. So here I am again. I need all these parts we have here. These are all the parts for only one printer. So this is for one printer, this is for a small one, but the parts will be exactly the same for the big one. So this is for one printer, and for the new printer I have, well, I drop things to the ground. For the new printer I only have those two parts. So I have to print a lot. I think it's about maybe 1 week work of printing when the printer is running 24/7. So it's really a lot of pieces you have to print. But then again, then I have printed 3 printers, all the parts for 3 printers. So in a week, well, it's not that much. But the printers have to work 24/7. I'm printing it at only one machine at the moment. It's this machine, it's the XYZware, the XYZ Pro, the how you call it, Vinci Pro machine. I think it's a very good machine. See what questions there are more. What program do you use for the transitions? Well, this is OBS. OBS is Open Broadcaster software. It's freeware and it's very, very good. Is DaVinci still a buy? Yes. I think that the DaVinci is a very good machine. I really love the DaVincis, but you have to do some tinkering on it. But if you do so, then for the price, I think it's one of the best machines you can buy. I'll show you around. When you look inside my printer, and I have to wait for the camera to be able to go there, you can see here I have 2 fans installed. Those are my cooling fans, and without cooling fans the printer is really terrible. It doesn't work that good. Also at this moment there is another nozzle inside. It's a 0.3mm nozzle, and because you can't buy nozzles for this machine, I made my own. So I used a latte, I don't know what's the correct English word for it, to make a new nozzle, because, well, you can't buy this nozzle, and I'm going to transfer to E3D. So this is also a project I have here. These are my parts I need to do the transfer to E3D with this printer. I already transferred 2 other DaVinci Pro machines to E3D hot ends, and I'm also going to do this one. So then all the machines we have are E3D. I have my DaVinci for parts. I don't use it because my Tarantula prints so much better. Well, if so, then use your Tarantula. I must say I'm very, very fond of this machine, but only after I did some changes to it. The limitations were that the heated bed only goes to 90 degrees Celsius. Now, when you're using simplified 3D software, you can go to a 115 degrees Celsius, and I think that's great for printing ABS. The full enclosure is also very good for printing ABS. And also the nozzle temperature is set to a maximum of 240 degrees. But when you change the inner tube of your nozzle, then this the normal nozzle you get from the company, from the factory, with a changed inner tube, is capable of printing 320 degrees. So this printer is printing 320 degrees if needed. So if I want to go to, for example, nylon, there is no problem at all. I print at 280 degrees without any problem. So I think when you tinker the machine, the DaVinci Pro is really a very good machine, and especially now with some deals there are on the internet where you can buy them for for as cheap as $320. I've seen them on, I thought it was eBay and what was the other company? There was another company as well, Amazon, selling them for $320 in some kind of deal. And well, it's really cheap. So I think it's a great printer for that money. Not if you're going to buy 800 or spend $800 on it, because then it's very expensive. Waiting for your fence to arrive. So you're going to build the cooling fence as well. Great. I see. Thank you. My printers are also on E3Ds. Like yeah, the E3Ds. They're really the best hot ends you can have, and especially if you have the original ones. Because I have one printer. When we built it with an E3D, we used the clone E3Ds, but it's really not as good as the original E3D. So now we have only original E3Ds. Your printer was a Vinci 1.0A. Well, I never used that printer, so I really don't know how good the 1.0A is. I heard a lot about it, and I heard a lot of bad things about it, but I've also seen very magnificent prints made with that machine, so I can't speak for myself and say that I have an opinion on it, because I really don't know. You need to see a video on how to upgrade the nozzle. Well, there are some videos. I'll see if I can find them for you. Switch to this screen, because there is in my collections. I have a collection which is especially for the Vinci Pro machine. What goes wrong? What goes wrong? I have a collection for the Vinci Pro. This collection it is. And where is the E3D hot end upgrade? Because there is a lot of things here. This one, for example. And I thought he was having videos as well. No, he isn't. Then it was another one, because there is another upgrade for E3D as well. This is for the 1.0. So for someone having a 1.0, there is also a conversion to E3D, and you can find it here. It's thing 1500. Sorry, 1510425. And if you have a DaVinci 1.0, then you can use that one. And this is the one I'm using from Bruce Walker. And we've built this in 2 other machines as well, and it's really great. And I was thinking he was having some videos as well. Yeah, there is. So if you want to see how to do the upgrade, there is a lot shown in this part. So here you can find it 1328848, and that's the thing which gives you all the parts you need to switch to this upgrade. And basically this is what I'm having here, printed already and ready to go and go for the upgrade. I have a 2D printer, I can print colors. Yeah, I have one as well, a laser printer. Will you do a video explaining what we need to do to achieve higher temperature ranges? Well, I can tell you. Let me show you right away. I have to switch to simplified 3D. At this moment I am printing at 209 here. So it's 208, 209, that's the temperature I'm printing. It's a bit wobbly, so you can see here it's going to fluctuate a little bit. But I can go up all the way to 280, 290, no problem at all. I can even go higher than my printer can. So if you didn't change your inner tube in your nozzle, then you will really have a problem with it. Because oh, my wife is coming in.
I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
There you are. We're in the middle of the
Hi
image.
everybody.
Hi. So if you are using a higher temperature than your printer is capable of, then you will destroy the printer. And you can walk beside it, Anne. No problem. You can even switch it off if you want.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know that you were
recording. No problem. So it's very good possible to go to higher temperatures if only you are using Simplified 3D, because Simplified 3D takes over all the controls of the printer. Just trying to get past the first layer for for your paper print. Yeah. Well, I can't get past the first layer on a paper print as well. So with my laser printer, that's it. Just screenshot it. What you want me to screenshot?
You're live.
I'm live at this moment. Yep. Just screenshot it. Well, you want me to screenshot how I go to higher settings? Well, I'll show you here in Simplified 3D how to do so. So here's my Simplified 3D screen. If I want to print this part, and I can even pick a specific part where I want to get settings for, then here at the temperature settings for my extruder, I can type in any temperature I like. So if I want this to be 320 degrees, then now it's 320 degrees. And really, it starts heating up my printer as far as 320 degrees. So if I'm stupid enough to leave this here, then it will break my printer if I'm on a stock extruder. With a good extruder you can go that high, but with this stock extruder you can't go that high. So for now I'm using PLA, and with PLA I'm going at 215 because I have my cooling fans on as well. So it will drop immediately after it goes out of the extruder. But this is how it works. If I make enough pens to sell, maybe I can afford Simplified 3D. Well, yeah, it's very expensive software, for sure. I think it's maybe too expensive. That said, it's worth every penny you pay for it. It's the best 3D printing software I've ever seen in my life. I don't think there is any better 3D printing software than this software. I've used Cura, I've been playing around with Slicer or Slice 3 something like that, and they're all good programs and way better than XIZware for Pro, because that really sucks. But well, Simplified 3D is so much better, and if you can afford it, then buy it, because it's the best software I've ever seen. Hey, Derek Matthews in the house as well. Hi there. I had a screenshot with the info about the nozzle upgrade. Big like in the chat from Maryland. So you needed a screenshot about the nozzle upgrade. Well, if you go to Thingiverse and you go look for thing, I'll show you. You go to Thingiverse and then you look for the thing called 13288848. So 13288848. Well, maybe I'll do it like this, switching back to here, and I'll show you guys on screen where you have to go to. It's this thing. Make it a little smaller, because then it will fit the screen. So if you go to this thing, this is the link to the E3D hot end conversion. So if you want to go to the E3D hot end conversion, then this is the place where you can go to get it. And I think this is also a conversion you should really do. You can, for example, I'll show you guys, because this will also make your printer so much better. I have to look it up for you guys, where to find it. Where, oh where can I find it? Like here. Genuine E3Ds or a clone. So I have to go to that screen. So this is one of the best clones I have had. It's an E3D version 6 clone. It costs only €8 and 84 cents. Shipping takes about 20 days maximum. And this is one of the best clones I have seen. And when you buy this, don't expect it to be the very best hot end there is. But it is way better than the XYZ printing hot end. So for only a few dollars you get a real way better hot end than the original one that came with your printer. Imagine what happens if this nozzle is going to be exchanged for a full metal nozzle, and then you can print all kinds of materials which you were not capable of printing before. So for only a few dollars you can already have a very good hot end in your Da Vinci printer. And well, if you buy the original E3D, it costs you 40 or 50 euros. But this one is also very good. So there are some things you can do pretty cheap. I have to see what your guys are writing now. So the key to overriding temperature limits is simplified 3D and this tube. Yeah, that's all. With simplified 3D you can go high, and if you go past the 260 degrees Celsius range, then your PTFE tube, which is inside the nozzle, is going to melt. So stay under the 260 degrees and you can do it with the normal hot end. If you want to go over that 260 degrees, then you will need another way of working around it. So or you change the inner tube, which can be made from brass, for example. If you make it from brass, then you can go to 300 degrees, but you have some clogging with PLA. Or you change to an E3D V6, and then you can go, I guess it was 400 degrees Celsius, so you can go way up then. I'm a big fan of yours, please keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much. Will this hot end conversion require modification to the carriage? I like the idea, but I'm hesitant to modify. No, you don't have to change anything to the garage, and I'm going to show you why. The things you have to print are a few simple things. You have to print this part, and this part. So it's only 3 parts you have to print. Then this complete setup is a new drop-in carriage. So you don't have to be afraid that you have to change things on the printer side. The only thing you have to do is you have to drop in another piece of electronics. You can pick out the original PCB board which is in your original cartridge, or you can buy a new PCB board. I bought this from Bruce Walker because he makes them, and he's on Thingiverse as well. He's BD Walker 1 on Thingiverse, and I bought this from him, and well, with this I can make a new drop-in cartridge. The only thing you have to do is you have to set your C-axis a little bit lower, because the E3D V6 is a little bit longer than the original is. So you have to adjust your C-axis, but it's only 2 minutes work, so it's very easy to do. And if you want to switch back to the original, no problem at all. You can switch back at any time. So I think this is a great way of changing from original to E3D, or even other types and brands. And I'll see what other things you are writing. Yeah, the $10 E3D is way better than the XYZ printing thing. So yeah, if you go for the $10 E3D, it's already way better than the original. If you go for the $40 one, then you can also print polycarbonates, and you can print nylon and that kind of things, because the clone E3D has a little bit of a problem with polycarbonate and nylon. So if you want to go for that kind of materials, then buy the original one. But if you say, hey, well, I'm printing PLA, ABS, PATG, PAT, that kind of materials, well, go for the clone, because the clone is in no way a thing that will let you down if you're printing that kind of materials. I have the original E3D V6 mounted on my Pro. Recommend the profiles from the original Prusa i3 Mark II for simplified 3D. Just retraction need to be adjusted. Yeah, the retraction needs to be around 6 millimeters. So your retraction settings need to be around about 6 millimeters. I'm playing with that sometimes, because, for example, when I do flexible filament prints, I don't use retraction at all. I have some other modifications done on this printer as well, because flexible is very difficult with a Bowden extruder. But some flexible prints can be made with this printer. But then you don't want to use retraction, because when you retract a flexible material, well, you're going to have problems. So it depends on what kind of material you are printing, what kind of retraction settings you need. But my to-go setting for most materials is 6 millimeters. And I think this wraps it up for this live stream. So I want to thank you guys for watching. And well, I enjoyed doing this. It's only a test, because I'm going to do live streams more often. I'm going to start with it, I think, next Sunday, but I'm not very sure about that yet. But there will be a reminder on my YouTube channel when I'm going, or when I know when to start with it. And then we will have a real topic. So this time it was without a real topic. Then we will have a real topic. Then I see you only use 2 millimeter retraction. Well, yeah, for some things it's possible, but with a Bowden style setup, it's more likely to use about 4 millimeters or more, and I have the best results with 6. Thank you. Just want to say your videos and this chat is awesome. I don't know anyone else with 3D printer, let alone the Vinci Pro, so your information has been incredibly helpful. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I like doing it, so I like helping people. Thank you guys for watching. and this is the end of the live stream, and there will be a new video next Thursday online. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, well, subscribe to it. Bye bye, thanks for watching.